Okay, let me tie in my favorite stonefly pattern. I am tying it on a Daiichi 1530 hook, size 6. This is a steelhead nymph hook, but I like this hook because I can catch big bull trout or big rainbows in the summertime, and also steelhead on it, doesn't matter. So take about 12 wraps or so, a few less, a few more, depending on your preference. I'm using 25 thousandths wire, lead wire. And this is basically John Barr's tungstone pattern, modified how I like it. So it's pretty close to the same. A few things I changed just to make it how I like it a little bit. I'm tying on a small table here that's not my normal table because I couldn't get the camera up to the other one. But so it's going to be a little shakier. Not very stable, so I won't be using the spinning function of my vise very much. The rotary function. I like to put a small ball of dubbing there. Helps spread the biot tail. Allows you to get a lot more consistent flies with your tails. I used to struggle with my biot tails a lot until I saw this little tip. You're looking for roughly the tail to be roughly half the length of the hook shank. And don't get worried if they're not absolutely perfect. It'll still catch fish. In his book, John Barr uses 3X mono. I've had some issues with it coming loose. It doesn't tie down as well, or it takes a lot more wraps to tie it down well. I had some old 7X that I'd never used. I don't even know where I got it from. So I've been using it. I like it just fine. This is the Pearl lateral scale. Just basically a wide flashback. It works pretty good. He also uses nymph skin or thin skin on the back. I didn't see much use for it, so anywhere I thought there was an extra step, I take it out. I'm going to dub a tapered body. This stuff's fairly spiky that I'm using. You can use Antron, you can use whatever you want. This stuff is what I had sitting here, so. And he tends to do brown bodies and stuff. Almost all the stoneflies I see in my area are almost all black. So I'm gonna stick with black. Gonna taper that body a little bit. One of the slowest things for me is actually just dubbing flies. You can spin it on with this vise, it works pretty good. Certain kinds of dubbing works good. Some other dubbings don't work as well. You can do any of them though with help of some wax. I'm not going to spin with this one because Like I said, I'm on this little table that wobbles pretty seriously when I spin this vise. Pull your lattice skin forward. 3 wraps is plenty. You're going to take some more wraps, so don't worry about it. Now, he uses hackle legs. They work fine. I tied quite a few that way. I started using this pattern for steelhead this fall. I decided to stick some rubber legs on it, and I really like the rubber legs. Plus I think it speeds up the tie just a little bit, as long as you don't wrap it around your bobbin. You can trim those to length at the end, so right now we're just getting them in their approximate length. And again, go back to dubbing. I like this part to be slightly bulkier than the body that you just dubbed. Doesn't have to be a lot bulkier, but just a little bit. Alright. And you can adjust those legs as you go too, because the dubbing, it allows you to kind of move those legs around just a little bit. I'm going to tie some thin skin over that first section, cut it off so it overlaps the flash just a little bit. And dub a little more. Okay, I like to dub till the legs are just about to touch the bead, almost tight to the bead, and I'll pull the legs back a little bit. I'll take a couple wraps of dubbing in front of those legs to make them stick out to the side, which I think looks pretty good. Then, one more deal of thin skin. You can just catch that front edge so you don't have to trim it twice. 3 wraps. Cut it so it overlaps your other piece of thin skin a little bit. Then whip finish. A little bit of head cement. Then just trim your legs to however long you like them. You can leave them really long, or you can make them shorter. If you're looking for something a little more realistic, then you can make them shorter, but I like to leave them a little bit longer than they would be naturally. And that's it. That file will catch you steelhead, bull trout, rainbow trout, whitefish. It'll catch quite a few different kinds of fish.